Yesterday I posted about the idea that Rupert and Orange Man were conspiring together about the letter at the Wall Street Journal. But I want to clarify, I do not believe that. I just brought it up to get out ahead of it because I knew some of you would freak out. If you heard someone say it, or if it came up in the magosphere, did I say, oh, I guess it's possible? Yeah, but I don't really think so. I mean, I just said that because, why not? But if you really look at it, well, first of all, these pictures were released. The man's a doodler. He's a wannabe frustrated artist, like another guy that tried to be a schmicktator. So by looking at these as an artist, that man 100% drew. And he actually, he could doodle for Hallmark. So that tree thing you see is a money tree. And look, he used curvy lines when he drew it. He drew that picture, 100%. Alan Dershowitz had a letter in there. Another billionaire had one, and they didn't deny that they were in there. Trump's the only one that denied it. Okay. And this was a book compiled by Ghislaine Maxwell, however you say her name. And having had one of these books compiled, your besties are in these books. Trump is in that book, 1,000%. And they published the one that did that, or that it is. So this lawsuit is just because Trump doesn't know what else to do. His mentor taught him, you never admit guilt, you punch back harder, and you sue. So this is all he knows. Like I said, he's failing because as a narcissist, he's using all of the tactics he's always used, but that's where the end of his talent is. Because people are expecting, like, well, why isn't he doing this or this or this to reel them back in? Because he can't. Cult leaders function well as long as the outside world is attacking them, because they can keep saying, see, I told you. See, I told you they were bad. See, I told you they're out to get me. But when it's their own following that does it, they punch back at them because they don't expect it. They don't know what to do because the con works for so long. And they're used to a life of being able to lie with confidence over and over, and then the people just believe. And when they don't know what to do. So he really thought he could just string them along. And I think he actually underestimated how badly people wanted these files. Do I think they want these files to bring all this justice? I'm sure some people do, but I think people in the news, people that have online content, I think they just want the files dumped so they can comb through them and create content and new conspiracy theories, just like Pizzagate, like WikiLeaks or whatever put those out, and all it did was spur all this crap. But it didn't do anything. Like, there was no real evidence, but there was just a name here and there, and they can go, oh, look, it's a code, and this and this and this. Like, that's why they want this stuff. It's not going to do any good. No one's going to prison. I never even thought this, and I don't think there's a list. I don't think you try to blackmail anyone. I don't. I think this is Jeffrey Epstein provided women to gain access to these people and into this club. And I think that's what happened. I always think people go way deeper than what it actually is. People give these people more credit than they deserve. They're just narcissists. They want power and control, and they're greedy. So they will do what they need to get that. But I don't know. People are just going in strange places with this. And then as far as JD going out to see Rupert a month ago, I really just think they saw the tide changing. It's not like Fox News is going to admit that, wow, the tide is changing. They just know when it is. And if Fox News was going to keep reporting on Epstein and try and defend Trump, they're just going to lose more and more credibility. They're going to lose more viewership. Wall Street Journal would be shown as not credible. So they would just be losing hundreds of millions of dollars by sticking with this. The idea that Trump and Rupert were besties is nuts. These people don't have besties. They have transactional relationships. And that's what Rupert and Trump are. When they've made money and helped each other at mutual benefit, then they did. Well, Rupert donated to his campaign. Of course he did. Of course he did. And he'll donate to the next person that he thinks is going to get him where he needs to go. So I think JD going out to visit him was just saying like, hey, so. Plus, they probably know about his health. We were only told about that to try and garner sympathy, and the fact that they did get a picture of his feet and hands, from shaking hands too much. But the ankles, yeah, they had to come up with something. Is that what's going on? No, that is very likely congestive heart failure. So why would they keep putting in with him? So, and then people go, well, great, now we're going to get JD Vance. Bring it. Bring it. I welcome JD Vance. Bring it. And again, you guys are going into these conspiracy places. But Peter Thiel, and the this and the that, and the guys and the money and the computers and the... Stop. Stop. JD cannot control the cult. I don't care how much money you have, you can't control the cult. And I mean, for me, when I think about going to Washington, D.C., if there's someone going to be in charge and we got to take it on, I want it to be him. Like, any fear I had just kind of disappears. It just, and I know people go into like, well, he's an ideologue, and I really don't think so. I think he shifts where the wind blows. If you can convert someone to Catholicism as a grown adult, no. I think, no, he just doesn't. I don't think anyone in there is scared of him. So I think we should be excited and grateful for what's happening. And I think everyone needs to put their fear in check and stay focused on the things we need to be doing. It's a strange place to be in, because it's like we all feel like we need to head to DC, or we need to be going out and doing certain things. But at the same time, like, it is absolutely imploding over there. So it's like if we go and attack full on, then all the focus is going to go to us, and then anyone that maybe was on the borderline of leaving may go, oh no, they're, the Dems are coming, the libs are coming, and jump back in a little bit. So we just got to sit and let it fall. That's the art of the war. Let your enemy destroy itself, and that is what's happening. So JD comes in, he'll be trying to lead whatever remnants there are, and these people do not feel the same about JD. These alpha men, no. JD just can't. That is like a wet sock leading people. When they thought they had a Nike or whatever, now a wet sock is like, it's just, no. So bring it on, JD.